Hello, and welcome to Gus McDowell Strategy and Tactics. I'm Nick McDowell. Today we're playing Part 4 of Ragnarok Armada, the 12th and final mission in the NATO campaign in Naval War Arctic Circle. Naval War Arctic Circle is based on a hypothetical Great Arctic War set in 2030 and fought in the North Atlantic, Arctic, Baltic and the North Sea. The NATO campaign covers the Great Arctic War as experienced from the Northern Partnership and NATO alliances. In Ragnarok Armada, we must conduct a counter-invasion of occupied Scandinavia. In previous episodes, we developed a plan for the initial naval and air operations in this complex amphibious assault on Trondheim and Stavanger in occupied Norway. We reviewed the situation, friendly forces and enemy forces, and planned a three-phase operation. Then we implemented Phase 1, Defend. Naval forces conducted local defensive ASW operations with active sonar and towed arrays. Naval forces conducted local offensive ASW operations out to 20 km. All forces established combat air patrols and local air superiority out to 100 km, then launched AWACS, and RAF Lossiemouth and RAF Lakenheath launched Poseidon ASW missions. In this episode, we continue Phase 2 Destroy. Naval forces will locate and destroy enemy surface action groups. Fighter groups will establish air supremacy within 500 km of Trondheim and Stavanger, and anti-submarine warfare forces will sweep Landing Zone North and Landing Zone South. A single enemy fighter pair is over central Norway, and the first naval strike is outbound to the enemy surface action group. Our objectives are bring landing force north to destination marker, bring landing force south to destination marker, and all landing craft must survive. The kill board so far: Berry of Shamel mainstay, Tupolev Tu-22M3 backfire, Sukhoi T-50 or Su-57 Felon, Sukhoi Su-35 flanker, Tupolev Tu-95 Badger, we lost a Hawkeye, and Sukhoi Scat. So the current tally is 1 mainstay, 12 backfires, 14 felons, 10 flankers, 2 badgers, and 2 scat. The fighters from Lossiemouth enter patrol positions over Norway and activate radar. Missiles are launched at the fighters in the centre. And AMRAAM pursued 2 Scat UCAV in the north. Also, Orland has launched some large fixed-wing aircraft not yet identified. I doubt they are backfires, but they might be Badgers or Il-78 tankers. The first Scat is shot down. And the second. The Naval Strike aircraft launched their Kongsberg Joint Strike missiles and turned for home. These initial sorties will attrit enemy air defences but are unlikely to score any hits. The offensive ASW screen in the north continues. The helicopters slow down. More fighters launch from Gardermoen Air Base near Oslo. So far in the battle, we have achieved air superiority but not air supremacy. In central Norway, 4 flankers are defensive. They evade the AMRAAM and turn for home. The F-35B from the Bonhomme Richard launch against the fixed-wing aircraft near Åland, then turn away to keep out of the SAM bubble. The Virginia remains out of torpedo range. AMRAAM are out against most enemy aircraft. The Growlers are fast on the deck, but out of harm range. The enemy fleet has started launching surface-to-air missiles. The Super Hornet picket returns to the carrier. It has done its job defeating enemy surface fires. More surface-to-air missiles from the enemy fleet. Growler Super Hornets inbound at wave-top height. Come on, Mav. Submarine contact. Designate new contact Sierra 1. One of the Poseidon's sonar buoys gets a detection. The Poseidon is the closest platform to prosecute the target. Up north, the enemy fleet launches more missiles. And in central Norway, a flanker is shot down. The Poseidon launches a Mark 54 lightweight hybrid torpedo at the submarine contact. Meanwhile, the Growlers have launched HARM missiles and are heading back to the carrier. The Poseidon launches another torpedo. Hit! The Kronstadt is damaged. It starts to rise to the surface. Another torpedo is approaching from astern. Through 50 metres. Through 30 metres. Surfaced. This is the Kronstadt, a Lada-class submarine. Smoke rises from amidships where the vertical launch tubes are burning. We have to imagine sailors pouring out of the crippled submarine, preparing to abandon ship. Up north, the Moskva is hit and damaged. Amazingly, one of the missiles in the first strike got through. The second torpedo hits and the Kronstadt is destroyed. It sinks beneath the waves. Fighters launch AMRAAM against the second wave of enemy fighters. And an Ilyushin Il-78 tanker aircraft. Over at the enemy fleet, the Moskva is damaged and burning, but still fighting and firing surface-to-air missiles at the inbound HARM missiles from the Growlers. Seems familiar somehow. A felon is shot down over Norway. The last of the harm is shot down. West of Åland, a flanker is shot down. A lone felon limps back to Gardermoen Air Base near Oslo. More helicopters join the offensive ASW sweep off Stavanger, slowing down and deploying dipping sonar. The USS Texas, a Virginia-class submarine, turns to starboard and deploys its TB-29 towed array sonar. Lossiemouth launches another refueling aircraft in support of the fighters. They may have some long patrols ahead. Lossiemouth still has a reserve of fighters not yet launched. The Boeing KC-767 takes off from Lossiemouth. Let's speed up time. Out of nowhere, an air-to-air missile shoots down an F-22 Raptor. There must be an enemy fighter somewhere over the North Sea. Covering force south slows down. It does not want to get too far ahead of the landing force. Let's speed up time again. Submarine contact. Designate new contact Sierra 2. This time a Sikorsky SH-60B Seahawk is well positioned to respond. It moves to intercept while the Poseidon remains on task. Up north, Orland has launched a surface-to-air missile against one of the patrolling F-35B from the Bonhomme Richard. A reminder not to get too close. Orland is on the no-strike list, as NATO will use it once Trondheim is taken. No sense in destroying the support facilities, so no Tomahawk strikes. The F-35B is shot down. Off Stavanger, the Seahawk is almost on top of the submarine's last known position. It drops to slow speed. And launches a Mark 54 torpedo. The helicopter moves to a patrol position. The torpedo closes on the submarine. Hit! The Vepr is damaged. The Seahawk launches another torpedo. A report is received that the Ghost F-35C has crashed for lack of fuel off the coast of Iceland. This fighter could not be contacted, and it was speculated the pilot had been injured or killed. The Seahawk slows down and waits patiently. The second torpedo closes the Vepr. The damaged Vepr surfaces. A Shuka B-class submarine. The second torpedo misses. The Seahawk launches its last torpedo. Then overflies the stricken submarine. Smoke pours from the submarine. Again, we must imagine sailors urgently abandoning ship. The third torpedo misses. An Augusta Westland helicopter from the QE-2 changes course to assist. Another felon has been detected out of Åland. A pair of F-35B from the Bonhomme Richard target it. The F-35C on the Teddy Roosevelt are still being prepared for the next strike. Meanwhile, the Teddy Roosevelt launches the Super Hornets for another naval strike with Harpoon missiles. A missile duel continues with the remaining felon, AMRAAM against Vimpel. The F-35 evade the Vimpel. The felon evades the AMRAAM. A draw. Both sides return to base. Apart from the felon, the air picture is clear. The Augusta Westland speeds to the destruction of the second enemy submarine. And another felon is detected south of Trondheim. In this episode, we have maintained air superiority, but have still not achieved air supremacy. NATO forces sank one submarine, the Kronstadt, and damaged another, the Weper, and a naval strike on the enemy surface action group scored a hit on the Moskva. In the next episode, we will attempt to gain air supremacy, continue to hunt submarines, and continue naval strikes on the Pyotr Veliki surface action group. As always, thanks for watching. For more Naval War Arctic Circle content, check out the NATO campaign and Jersey blockade playlists on our channel. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and donate, and stay tuned for the next episode.